Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank you all for coming on behalf of Arsal Educational Services. Since the day you people came back from Pakistan, we could not get time to sit together because we were all bounded by our hectic routines and schedules. So thanks to this day that we got a chance to sit together and spend some time together. On this day, I would like to talk about the importance of education. As I am a woman, so I would like to specify women, the importance of education for women. If we remember the first revelation, what does it say? It just talks about read. What was it? It says Iqra. And in the first revelation, there was nothing about men should read and women should stay at home. It all says read, recite, remember, for the Lord who created you when you were nothing. And God did not specify who should study in this department and who should study in this department. So in that time, the dark time, the time of, I can say, ignorance, the education was made obligatory for every gender, for every human being, despite their gender. And even women were allowed to go to the court if they are not being allowed to get education because of their spouse, because of their brothers, because of their fathers. If they're not being allowed to get education, they can go to the court and they can complain there that they are not getting education. If I talk about that time, the time of darkness, I can recall many women scholars who were great. The first name that comes to my mind is Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa, Raziyallahu Ta'ala anha. She was the wife of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She was a great scholar. She was a woman. So in that time, women used to come to her and discuss their diseases, discuss their issues with her. So she used to memorize the names of the medicines. She had an immense knowledge of all this. She used to memorize the names of medicines because when women would come to her, she would suggest them the medicine, like this is the medicine for this disease and this is for that disease. Then she was so good at mathematics. If most of the time when there were issues regarding the inheritance that we call miras, when there were issues about that, people would come to her and she would resolve their issues. So here we can see like the importance of women, because she was educated, so she could solve problems for even men because she was educated. She taught not less than 80 scholars. So we can call her scholar of scholars, mashallah. She had memorized 2,200, she stated 2,210 ahadith. That also shows how good memory she had. And then I can recall another name, Salma. She was also a wife of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She was an intellectual woman and she was called an authority. Then I can recall another name, Fatima bint Qais. She had so much knowledge that nobody could ever prove her wrong. Even once there was a discussion about a topic fiqh, and Hazrat Aisha and Hazrat Umar objected her opinion, but they could not prove her wrong because she had so much knowledge. She was a woman. Let me call it again, she was a woman and she had so much knowledge. Then there is another name, Sayyida Nafisa. She was also a scholar. She taught many students, and one of her students is Imam Shafi. So imagine in the days of ignorance, in 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐬𝐬, there were several women who were scholars. At that time, people were hardly educated. But I can see several examples of great scholars who were women. So why not me? Why not you? And why not us? Thank you.